Greetings to all melanated people all around the world. It's really a joy, it's a blessing. It's an honor to be out here in nature and greeting you, knowing that I'm bringing a message of truth to you, knowing I'm bringing a message of love to you. As I speak to you, I can hear the song of this mighty river that is flowing right behind of me, and it's been raining all week long. And this is the kind of vibration that I'm speaking to you with, the vibration of the river, because our life is like a river and it always ends in the sea, and the sea have no beginning and it have no end. So the journey of life is from humanity to divinity. So with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, I would like to speak to you this moment concerning the poverty and riches, and what define poverty and what define riches. Basically, what define poverty and what define riches is basically our mentality, the way we think and the way we act. So our belief system is what is creating our reality, because your thoughts is what is creating your reality. But many of us, especially melanated ones, we were brought up in societies where we look around and we see a lot of poverty, we see a lot of deprivation and so on, and we never really get to realize that it was basically our belief system, such as believing in Christianity and believing in a God outside of ourselves, and believe that our Savior is a man with blue eyes and blonde hair, and believing that the Bible is literal and the Bible is secular history. And many of us fail to realize that when it comes to sex, we were supposed to have sex with a purpose and more consciously, and not just for pleasure, but also to use that creative power to also help us to create our reality. But let us just rewind and go back for a while and look at our life when we were between the age of 1 to at least say 7. Now, at that very young stage of our life, where we've come into the world and we don't even know who we are. As a matter of fact, when we were 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months old, we didn't even know that we existed. Even up to 1 year, we didn't even know that we existed. And even from that young stage, we start getting teaching from our parents, our mother, our father, and so on. And so they are even the ones who teach us first to say mama and dada and so on. And so from a very young age, the indoctrination starts, and there our subconscious mind has been impressed by certain belief. So they were contacting our subconscious mind with certain belief in the indoctrination centers such as school. So everyone is vibrating towards sending their children to a preschool, and when they go to preschool, they are receiving certain teachings from their teachers who doesn't know better. So they teach you to sing all of these Jesus songs, and they cultivate a certain belief system in you concerning a man who existed 2,000 years ago and died on a cross for you. And if you do not accept this man, you're gonna go to a devil's hell, and you're gonna die you're gonna burn in hell for all of eternity. Therefore, they've been cultivating in you an energy or a spirit of fear. So we all been vibrating with fear. And because when we look around us, we are seeing deprivation and we're seeing poverty. And when you go to school, the teacher's telling you if you do not get an education, you won't be successful in life. Instead of telling you, you have to learn to use your own human imagination, and you have to use visualization, and you have to believe in yourself and empower yourself, and that you're born with certain gifts and you're born with certain qualities and certain creativity that you must tap into and use them to the best of your ability. They are telling you that you have to depend on education, when education had to come because of one's human imagination. Because the pen had to be imagined, the book has to be imagined, everything they do in school It had to first be imagined, and it was first a thought. Even the building that you sit in, it was first a thought. So right there and then, in school, they are cultivating in you an employee mentality and giving you a mindset of just to be only an employee, which I'm not saying it is bad for people to be employee, but if you have goals and you have vision and you've been taught to believe in yourself, you will want to move from an employee to an employer. You will be able to set goals because you understand what it means to set goals. You understand what it means to break out of poverty and come into your riches, which is basically come in to your God-given ability. So the difference between riches and poverty is basically your mentality. And if you change your mentality, you will change your living condition. And when you change your living condition, you will be a more happy being. Because we came to this earth to live life to its fullest. So we have to live this life full and die empty because we cannot take anything with us. So, my brother and my sisters, we've been seriously damaged by the educational system. We've been seriously damaged by the political system. We've been seriously damaged by the religious system. And we're so damaged by the religious system that when others come and tell us that we've been damaged and that we are victim and that we've been used and that we are slave and that even our birth paper and the number on our birth paper is the number of our slave number, many people who are religious, they're not going to believe. But this message of self-realization is a message to set you free. It's a message just saying all you need to do is to change your mentality by looking inwardly. It's a message that is telling you that the Savior that is in you. It's a message that is telling you that the Provider is in you. I remember I was having a conversation with someone who's a Christian, and I asked the person if God is their provider. And the person tell me, yes, but if she doesn't get up and get, no one will provide for her. And we had a good laugh over it. Because basically she's saying that she is the provider and God is within her. That power is within her. So my brother and my sisters, it is time for us to wise up and to understand who we are and understand the difference between riches and poverty and learn to change our reality. Because if your thoughts is what is creating your reality, if you want to change your reality, it means you have to change your thoughts. And when you change your thoughts, you will be able to create your reality consciously. Because you know who you are, because you know the power that is in you, and you're willing to trust the power that is in you. So you're not looking outside to someone for power, but you're looking within yourself for power. That's the reason why, my brother and my sisters, you have to rise above politics, you have to rise above religion, and you have to rise above the deception of having higher education, because your greatest teacher is your experience. And when you look at nature, there could never be any greater teacher. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. And I want to encourage you to continue to believe in yourself, to continue to vibrate in the right frequency and the right energy, and to always believe that everything is energy. And you must put your energy to work for you to create your reality. And so, if you want to see this message keep preaching to you and going to others, and you would like to see others being helped all around the world, then I'm encouraging you to support this work by supporting our books. We have hard copy books and we have ebooks. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have all the ebooks in hard copy also. So you have a choice, because you can purchase a book and you can share it with someone. Okay? They might not believe what you're saying to them, but if you buy them a book and you send them a book, and they have that book, they might be tempted to read that book, okay? So I'm encouraging you to support in that area. And for those of you who like clothing, okay, I would like to showcase some of the teaching that I'm teaching that's written, and these clothing, I'm encouraging you to support our clothing, and the link is right down below for you. All the links, as a matter of fact, the link for the books, they down right down below for you, and the link for our storefront is below for you, so you can check out our t-shirts and our hoodies and our pillows and the other items that are there for you. And I'm really looking forward for your support, and I really appreciate your support in advance. Also, for those who've been supporting us on Patreon, which I would have said before, I can count the amount on one hand that's supporting us on Patreon. And we very much need this support because we have a lot of work to do. And one of my motives is to be able to tour the entire Caribbean, spreading this message of self-realization. And for those of you who are living outside of the Caribbean, you can use a book, or you can use you can use the videos, and you can share them with your loved ones, because this message is not just for the Caribbean, but for melanated people all around the world. But I'm starting right in my back door first, because it will be much cheaper, you understand, for me to start in my back door first, and then widen my whole vision and travel all about and deliver this message of self-realization to our people. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, now I want to give you the sign of Matthew 6:22, where I say, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And I'm saying to you, when you have that experience, you'll realize it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And you come to realize that without the sun, as in the S-U-N, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that all thing was made by the human imagination. Therefore, the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And we are the people of the sun. Therefore, let us use our mind power to achieve our every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you, I'm out.